Good morning and welcome to another installment of Casey's Motivational Movement. I began to think the other day, with all the billions of people in this world, what sets one individual apart from another? And this is what I came up with. One of the major influences on who we are, one of the major influences on who we become, starts with our perception. This is what sets people apart, how we perceive things. Of course, we look at things and we see them with our eyes, but our eyes then in turn relay a message back to the most powerful computer known to man, which is our brain. And our brain then interprets that and comes up with some kind of conclusion. Now, everyone has different perceptions. If I was in a room where I had 5 people spread out around the room and I put a diamond in the middle on a table, everyone would see that diamond, but everyone would see it from a different perspective or a different viewpoint. So when they relayed what they saw, each would have a different standpoint. This is what has to do with our perception. Our perception is our mental way we formulate things and ideas, our perception, how we perceive things. And I love the way Shakespeare put it. Shakespeare said there's nothing either good or bad, but it's only our thoughts that make them so. So in that case, we definitely have to guard our thoughts. We have to guard how we perceive things. We have to do what they call being the watcher of the watcher. You have to be able to watch your thoughts and watch the conclusions that you come to. With that, I'd like to share this story. And again, as you can probably have guessed, this is one of my favorite stories, or it's grown to be one of my favorite stories because of the rich lesson that lies within it. And here it goes. There was a young lady that came home from school one day, tired, worn down, and on the verge of committing suicide. She went and spoke with her grandmother that day, and she told her grandmother about how life was so tough and she didn't think she could take it anymore. And she thought about quitting it all. Well, her grandmother did this. Her grandmother grabbed her by the hand and walked her into the kitchen. She opened up the refrigerator. She got out an egg, and she got out a carrot. And then she went to the cupboard and she got out some coffee beans and some pots. She put water in all 3 pots and filled the pots. One with the carrot, one with the egg, and of course one with the coffee beans, and brought them all to a boil. After a while, the grandmother turned the pots off and she scooped out the carrot. And she scooped out the egg. And she poured a little bit of the coffee into a cup as well. Now the girl was a little confused by this. She said, "Grandmother, what is the lesson in this? What are you trying to show me?" Her grandmother said, "Take note of all 3 items. First, the carrot. Now the carrot began hard and tough. But as it went into its circumstances, it came out soft and mushy. The egg, on the other hand, went in with a hard outer shell. And as the grandmother cracked the egg, she revealed that as the egg once started out with a soft inside, it now has hardened due to the circumstances. Now the coffee was the one that stood out of all the 3 items, and this is why. The coffee went into the same circumstances as did the carrots, as did the eggs, but instead of changing itself, it changed its circumstances. Now the moral of the story is, what are you? Are you going to be a carrot who goes in hard, and because of life's trials and tribulations, you come out soft? You're so drained because people have taken advantage of you. People have used you up and disregarded you at the same time. And now you're soft. Or will you be like that egg who goes in with the hard outer shell and a soft inside, but due to its circumstances, due to the world's cruelness, the egg has hardened. In other words, you've lost your ability to trust people. You've lost your ability to love, which is the key element in life. Being able to love. Once you harden, it's almost impossible to love. Or will you be like that coffee who went into the same world, went into the same circumstances as did the carrot and the egg, but instead of changing himself, changed his circumstances? So the ability is yours. The ability is always yours. I love when they say that in The Wizard of Oz. When the good witch tells her, Dorothy, you've had the power all along. And I'm telling you that here today. You had the power all along. You have to, again, watch your perceptions. Watch the way you perceive things. We're all in this world together. But what sets us apart is the way we perceive things. And if you want to be an element of change, but know this about change. In order to find change, in order to get that change that you're looking for, you have to be that change. The world is no more than a reflection of who we are. We get in life what we are. So think about this. If you want love, you have to put love out in the atmosphere, and you'll receive that love back. If you put hate out into the atmosphere, best believe, at some point or another, you'll see that hate again, as it'll be rearing you right in your face. If you want compliments, if you want your ego stroked, be a stroke of other people's ego. You know, we're all egotists to a point, and we love to have our ego stroked. And you'll be surprised just by giving people compliments how many you'll receive in return. And you know, I've been such a big fan of rap since before I can even remember. But one of my favorite rap artists, Tupac Shakur, said this. He said, I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee you I will be the spark that will change the world. I will spark the brain that will change the world. Again, I'll repeat that. He said, I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee I will spark the brain that will change the world. So again, be the change that you want in this world. Be that change and watch how much life will change for you. Perception is the number one thing that sets us apart. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, God bless you and have a great day.